Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this channel, and today we are going to talk about a very important matter that has hit the newsroom, not once, not twice. It has been trending over the last 1 week, and because of that interest, we are here to talk about it. I'm talking about lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender cure. And this is a very important matter because many political leaders from all dimensions, religious leaders, have reacted to the decision made by the judiciary, that is the Supreme Court. Because of that, I thought it's wise so that we can brainstorm together and look at the ways we can, so that we can talk something about it. So, a lot of hard questions with no answers are really coming in on this particular issue. And many people are like in a confusion. They don't try to understand what is going on in this particular matter. Just to begin with, we understand last week the First Lady, the American First Lady, paid a visit. And the big question people are asking for this particular visit: what a coincidence that this particular story is hitting the newsroom just few days after the lady visited the country. You understand, in the last, that was some 3 years ago when the former American President Barack Obama paid a visit to Kenya. This particular story came to the board, and our president by then, Mr. Kenyatta, rejected this particular matter, claiming that Kenya is a country with customs, and he said he could not allow this particular issue in his country. Some 3 years later now, the lady visited the country, and again this particular matter came on board. So this is the question people are asking: is there a connection between the First Lady's visit on this particular issue? How come this issue is just being raised few hours after she left the country? I would like to ask you to react to this particular question and try to give your views on it. What are you thinking? What are you thinking is going on? Is there any connection, any link between the visit of the First American Lady and this particular issue? Because there is this perception that this particular agenda is being pushed by the Western countries, and we understand that American, being a superpower, has a great influence on this particular issue. It's not once that we saw them, just as I've said, when their president Barack Obama brought this particular issue on board. Yeah, that is the very first question that is coming on board. There's another very important question that, again, many people are still seeking for the answer. What do you think? We understand that judiciary and the executive are independent bodies. Yeah, there is this question people are asking: what do you think? What was the meaning of the statement made by the president when he stood neutral, saying that respect the rule of the law, we respect the decision made by the judiciary? And again he stood firm, rejecting and saying that Kenya is a country with norms and customs, and said that particular story cannot have the ground. Many political leaders have also reacted to this. The other day, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua described this particular issue as satanic. Many religious leaders have also talked, they are not left out. Parliamentarians have also reacted to this particular issue. So this is the question: what is that, the dilemma we saw in the statement made by the president when he didn't really made a stand. This is a case he respected the court's ruling, and again stood against it. What is that? This statement is really leaving us in a dilemma. So guys, I would like to ask you to react to this particular question. In your own opinion, in your views, what do you think was that particular statement? Is there something Mr. President is trying to hide from his citizen? How comes he didn't come out clearly, as we've seen in Uganda when their president, Yoweri Museveni, really rejected and criticized this and said no, and a big no to this story? Another important question that can be raised and many people are asking, they say charity begins at home. For this particular story to come in the public domain, we cannot lie. It's true that maybe it has been going on behind the scene. Who is there to be blamed in this particular issue? Is it that parents have neglected their duties, their roles, to discuss particular topics, sexual orientation with their kids? Could there be that parents have relaxed on this particular issue? What about the church? Is there possibility that church have also relaxed? Because many times you've not seen church come out clearly to criticize this, as much as they call it, some are rejecting it. But we've not seen from their organization and church leaders coming out strongly to fight and say no to this particular matter. What about the government? This is taking us back to the three arms of the government. We have the judiciary, which of course made a ruling, said that these people, these particular groups and community also have their right. They have right to associate. So, and we also understand that in our constitution, there is also limitation to some rights. And how comes this particular matter, this particular limitation did not come on board? Many questions are just coming with no answers. I'm trying to make us to brainstorm together to get answers. What are you thinking on this particular matter? Who has failed us in this case? It is the government that has not laid strict rules on this particular issue, because it's not the first time we are getting this particular story. And again, just as I said earlier, is it parents? So in your own opinion, in your views, what do you think? So guys, that was our time. Let's meet in the next episode. Thank you very much.